This week on Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes, the nerds discuss what they'd really like for Christmas. They talk about Jude Law in the upcoming Captain Mar-Vell movie. They discuss some listener questions, and they also talk about their NerdOns for the week. All this and much, much more on this episode of Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes.
Nerds who get laid, who get laid. 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 Nerds who get laid, who get laid.
Welcome to another exciting episode.
It's gonna be so exciting this time.
Sometimes.
Take two.
I am your reluctant host, being held hostage by Ray's ineptitude to record an entire episode without erasing it.
He has his computer hooked up to his iron lung, and if he stops breathing for like 30 seconds, it's done.
And I'm getting tired pedaling, too, to keep this thing going. Welcome, constant listener. You have your best host, Mike, here tonight.
Yep. You might even
At
say
least the favorite.
our host with the most.
It's going to be more of the best.
Hostess with the mostest.
I think we have more
Most
listens when
hostess
Mike is hosting.
We have more what?
I think we have more listens when Mike's hosting.
Probably.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I try not to demean our stupid listeners.
More listens after the first 10 seconds.
Yes.
They're like, oh, dang, this is Mike's voice. We can just keep listening.
Listen to those dulcet tones.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
They look at the show notes. Nathan's not there. Play.
Watching. Finally, I get to enjoy 1 out of every 10 episodes. I'm sure his track record's way worse than that. Anyway, we also have with us, as always, Mr. Chuck.
Hey, everybody.
We have TJ.
Hi.
And we have Mr. Curious George himself.
Yeah.
Mr. Caution Light Hancock.
Seriously.
And the yellowest hoodie. You look like... You don't look like a banana. You look like a caricature of a banana. That's how like comically yellow this hoodie is that he's wearing.
Used hard. And,
Mr. Banana Grabber.
Yeah, I feel like it should be
You want to make $20, Ray?
a rain slicker, and you should be offering me fish sticks. Or in general, I mean, I want fish sticks from you.
Don't chase any paper boats to any sewer grates, right?
Yeah. It was supposed to be my Luke Cage hoodie, but I guess that's not working out.
Gordon's fisherman. Maybe you're.
I give off more of a Gordon's fisherman vibe than a Luke Cage.
Yeah, you're more of a sea captain than a 6'5" buff-ass black dude. I wouldn't confuse you with Luke. I would go, oh shit, there's Luke. Wait, no.
This guy's got fish sticks.
Fish stick guy. So,
Sweet, tiny sea air.
yeah. And of course, your nautical horizontal stripe shirts don't help at all.
That's true.
Yeah, you're doing it's like his shirt's black and white. His shirt's like the beginning of Wizard of Oz, and his hoodie is like afterwards when the color seeps in. But that's all us. We're here today having a good time.
Yeah.
Insider knowledge into the podcast. Accidentally erased the first draft of this episode.
So you heard my wonderful. It's Christmas time, so we break out the Christmas bells. And I was laying them back on top of the computer, and all of a sudden, our whole studio went dark, which is normally illuminated by my monitors for my recording computer.
We keep it dark in here.
We like to have a dark vibe while we're recording, but
Sets the mood.
yeah.
Play
But
some night crawlers.
I
no
apparently
witnesses.
I
Just
apparently
hands.
turned off the computer with my bells, so we're starting over again from scratch.
Yeah,
So
and we are super excited.
we're so stoked
Yeah,
to be here again,
really
guys.
glad.
Yeah, basically a campfire because I'm stoked. So let's go ahead and move on to Nerd. Here, I'm gonna do it for you. Nerd on. Okay, let's go.
Get your nerd on.
Making his own biggest fan. That's his own biggest fan. Okay, everybody, it's time for our weekly segment called Nerd On, where we discuss the things that we are just really into this week.
Weekly segment.
Yes, our weekly segment. So we are going to start off with Mr. Chuck. Tell us your Nerd On for the week, sir.
Haven't had a really eventful week.
Okay,
a lot
TJ.
of it, I knew it was coming. I don't
So
know, it's
she
like-
said.
Yeah.
Not the Chuck.
Just
though.
no, unfortunately no. But just a weird week. It just went by real fast. But only a couple things I've been able to do was
Most weeks are slow and excruciating. Is that what it is?
yeah. But I was able to catch up on the two WWE events they had over the weekend. NXT's War Games and Survivor Series. Both pay-per-views pretty solid. Very excited that they actually pulled off War Games. It was a different setup from
Have they
previous
brought
War
back
Games.
Sergeant Slaughter yet?
He actually does come around probably once a year. They bring back all the
Oh,
old
yeah.
timers every once in a while. But different setup for the War Games is a 3-team setup. 3-man hadn't been done almost 20 years. I think the last one was in WCW in '97. But it was a concept Dusty Rhodes had, and I think they pulled it off very well, even though with the setup of the 3 different teams. Also, the Survivor Series event, it ended up being Raw versus SmackDown again. Raw won this year. SmackDown, I believe, was the last 2 years for the winners. Overall, very good pay-per-view. Didn't really see any hiccups in it. Probably the highlights of the match were the 2 tag matches, the New Day versus the Shield 3-on-3 tag match, and the SmackDown tag champs, the Usos, versus the Raw tag champs of Sheamus and Cesaro. Pretty much both of those stole the show, and that was probably the highlight of that event, even though everything on it was pretty solid. Other than that, cut a lot of steaks, and been watching The Office. Kind of fell off The Punisher, not because it's bad. I just keep getting drawn back more and more into The Office, and bought some movies I've been excited to watch. Didn't get to see Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets in theaters. I picked that up earlier this week. Really excited to watch that, and the Russian superhero movie that came out earlier this year, Guardians. Saw that at Walmart surprisingly, and for $10, I'm like, you know what? If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, I just got my fucking money's worth. So I'm hoping to get into those sometime this week also.
I'm sure even if it's bad, it'll still be good bad.
Oh yeah. If it's on the level of day watch, night watch, I'll be happy.
That's probably where it's going to end up.
Yeah.
I don't see CGI, like Russian production value, going up anytime soon for movies.
Yeah, but I enjoyed those. So, like I said, I'm excited to see this. Because I remember we'd shown the trailers here and we talked about here and there. But I'll give it a chance.
I mean, there's a bear with a Gatling gun, so really,
Yeah.
how bad could it be? Oh, excuse me.
It's gonna be pretty good. But other than that, and also knocked out my Secret Santa yesterday. It should be arriving here Tuesday, and got 3 more people to do for Christmas, and then I'll be done with that. So
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I think me and Ray are still behind on our Secret Santa.
Yep.
Yeah, still looking for that strike of inspiration. Haven't got it yet.
But that's about that's all I got, man.
Mr. TJ?
Well, I finished my Secret Santa shopping as well this week.
Nice.
Katie and I started the Great British Bake Off, which I know Ray and Nate have talked a lot about the past
Oh, yeah.
couple weeks.
Now there's no competition. Everyone's just like, oh, I made a cake and it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
awesome.
everyone's like, oh yeah, that's a great cake.
Yeah,
Look at my great cake. Oh, we all have great cakes.
yeah. And when they get kicked off, they're like, yeah, I knew it was going.
That wasn't a very good cake.
Yeah. This wasn't my week. I've been doing a shitty job.
Like, I could tell I was going to lose because my cake wasn't very good.
That's pretty much it, Mike. You
very
nailed it.
intuitive. Yes.
Katie and I did the time lapse on the Lego Death Star this
Nice.
week,
Yeah.
beginning of the week.
How long did it take to put it together?
11 hours, but we have condensed the video footage of that down to 5 minutes
Jesus.
for you.
Okay,
So.
nice.
You should, when you post that video up on YouTube, just say, wife and I put this Death Star together real time, 5 minutes.
Yeah, and put some messages in there for our fellow conspiracy theorists.
Nice.
So you're welcome.
Nice.
Or real life theorist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth is flat.
There is a subreddit I saw called "The Empire Did Nothing Wrong," and it's all a bunch of propaganda from the Empire's point of view.
I mean,
You know, it's like the dirty Jedi rebels scarred our beautiful Chancellor.
I mean, if you think about it, it's pretty legit. I mean, yeah. You see these backwoods hicks coming in, blowing up $1 million or multi-billion-dollar
space stations.
Oh
Military complex. You know what the hell?
yeah, they totally destroyed a military complex. 2 Jedi single-handedly destroyed an entire Forge planet, it seems like, in Geonosis.
Yeah.
The arena was completely destroyed by a Jedi. You know what? They're fucking up everything.
Exactly. Rebels, man.
Poor
Damn rednecks.
Poor Emperor Palpatine having to deal with all that bullshit.
I know. What a guy.
What else you got?
And then I've been playing a lot of Lego Star Wars Complete Saga this week.
The
And last
actual
week-
video game, or were
Yeah,
you like trying
video
to
game.
Where he takes all his Legos and has a whole
tries to
complete
build
saga.
them really fast?
Exactly. But that's all I've been doing this week, really.
Nice. Me and Allison, just like minutes before we started the first time we recorded this podcast, got back from the mountains.
Which mountains?
The mountains. The
Which
mountains,
mountains?
man.
The
The
mountains.
Smoky Mountains, Appalachian,
The Smoky
Denver, or not?
Mountains. The
Colorado?
Denver Mountains.
Rocky. Fuck.
We
Sierra
went to
Nevada.
the old Denver Mountains.
You've never gotten that
Pyrenees.
Denver Mountain High.
I know, right? Yeah, we went up to the Smokies. That's probably pretty accurate, actually.
Were they legitimately smoky, or were they just full of shit? I feel like it's actually quite clear up here.
no, it was pretty smoky up there. It wasn't real cold, which was nice. It was cool.
Was
it
it-
felt like it was in the mountains.
Was it actual smoke, or was it like a misnomer for fog?
No, it's a haze, a blue haze in the sky.
Well, what's that about?
Not a purple haze, a
Oh,
blue
shit.
haze.
A blue haze. Blue haze in North Carolina.
Isn't that indicative of like burning oil or something if it's blue smoke?
Maybe it's all the charcoal up there that
Could
they
be.
dig out of the grounds.
Did they have a lot
set
of
it on fire.
This
Coal
one like a
plants.
barbecue.
They have a lot of coal plants?
I didn't see a lot of them, but I'm sure they're there.
Well, it shouldn't be, because coal doesn't grow out of plants.
Yeah.
It's made of dinosaurs. So what else you do?
Yeah, so we went up there, and that was fun. That was Alice's birthday trip, because her birthday is actually in October, and we always have other stuff going on. This year we had the Monster Bash for Infinity Con, so...
You put
Ate
your
a lot
wife
of-
second.
Well, we ate a lot of good food up there, and just had a good old mountain time. We went to a shop that was like a game store, board games,
Mm-hmm.
and they had just a shitload of pops. So I thought I had you.
Mm.
I thought I was going to get you a one of the Tick pops, because they had everything up there.
Oh wow!
I asked the guy about it. He's like, I have a lot of rare stuff come through here. I have yet to see one of those. So
Oh wow!
I hoped he had one so I could pick us both up one, but he didn't. So you still don't have a Tick pop.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah, but that was pretty cool. None of their games were cheap enough for me to want to buy, so we moved on. Got home now, and earlier in the week, of course, there was Thanksgiving, so we ate a shitload of food everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, just so much food. I watched a lot of The Punisher. I finished up The Punisher finally, and that series is really, really good. I would say it's one of the top, probably 3 Netflix shows. Jessica Jones is absolutely still my favorite. I loved that show.
It's a tough one to beat.
It really is. And I know, like, it seems like everyone's got their flavor of what they love in a Netflix show.
Yeah.
Because usually the people that I talk to, like online, they'll be like, "Oh, my favorite's Daredevil, but I also like all the other ones pretty much equally. And then some people will be like, I loved Luke Cage, or and most people don't love Iron Fist, which is, fine. I still thought it was really good. But Punisher, man, John Bernthal, I think they really did a great job casting him. I don't think he's the best actor out there. I don't think you could just plug him into anything and he could just act his ass off. Yeah. But for the Punisher, he has that raw anger to him. And that show is brutal.
Yes, it is.
It is violent, but it is really, really good. If that kind of stuff doesn't really bother you, it is something to check out. It is really, really good. The chemistry between him and Micro is really good.
Yeah.
It is definitely the most brutal and violent, I would say, of all the Netflix shows.
For those that haven't seen it, pretty much just reference back the prison scene in Daredevil season 2, and that's the show.
13 episodes of that. It has a good story and everything. I enjoy what they did with the backstory of Punisher because, like with some other superheroes, you have like Captain America, who's World War II.
Yeah,
he's a superhero. He got frozen ice. I can buy that. Suspension of disbelief, all that. Punisher's a normal ass dude. He was in Vietnam. Yeah. That doesn't work out anymore. So the way they changed the backstory and everything, I really enjoyed. I appreciated it. I thought they really streamlined it and it made it an interesting story. So I'm really into it. I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes up. Because honestly, when they announced that this was happening, I was more like, man, I kind of liked him as a secondary character in a show.
Yeah.
I don't know if he needs his own show, but they pulled it off.
It's definitely was that way.
Yeah, they pulled it off. It was worth it. I don't know if he needs a season 2. Maybe. If it's as good as season 1, I'm absolutely all aboard.
Yeah, I'm only 5 episodes in. It's pretty damn good.
Then Alice and I started the Hulu show Runaways, which is by Brian K. Vaughan, who is the current writer, or the only writer, of Saga, which is one of the highest rated comics every month when it comes out. Is excellent. I just started rereading it so I can run all the way through and get caught up because I fell off a while. But he wrote that. He wrote Why the Last Man, and he wrote Runaways, which is excellent. I haven't read that in probably 7-8 years, maybe longer. So I don't remember everything about it, but I've really been enjoying the show. It's a teen drama. It's on Hulu. The kids that are acting in it, I'm really enjoying them. I know they've changed up some things, but I don't remember exactly what all has been changed up. But so far, they dropped 3 episodes, and me and Allison watched the first episode. We started the second episode. She fell asleep. I finished the second episode. I went ahead and watched the third episode because I knew I was going to watch them again with her anyway, but I wanted to get through it because it was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. So looking forward to seeing where else that goes because it's looking like it's gonna pan out to be pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, it's at least a lot of fun so far. Basic premise, if you don't know about the Runaways, these kids find out that their parents are in the secret society of sorts. They think they're in some charity group. And they find out that their parents are actually villains and decide to run away. We haven't got to the runaway part, but it's in the title, so no spoiler there, I guess. So right now, the kids are kind of reconnecting and everything because there's been something that's pulled them all apart, and they've just now found out that they think their parents may be villains. So we'll see how that all goes. And Kingdom Death, the giant board game that I supported on Kickstarter, I got a couple of, maybe a month ago now. I'm getting ready to start putting the stuff together so we can start playing the game, but this week they reopened the pledge manager because Wave 2 is going to start going out, which is all the expansions that he had already printed before, so they're just reprints of all those expansions. So I'm able to get some more stuff in there if I want to get some more of those expansions. We'll see if I decide to get anything else, because after it goes off this Kickstarter stuff, I think most of them double or more in price. So I may want to try to grab a few more of those before before that happens. But
Well, don't give yourself too much work. You have to paint all those too.
I know I have to paint and put all those together too. It's a weird game because there's a lot of spoilers in it because the book that's the instruction book also tells a lot of the lore. So when people ask questions on the boards and stuff that I'm in, I don't want to read too much of it because I'm afraid I will like spoil the game for me. But I have found out that I only really have to put 4 of the starting survivors, and I think they call it the White Lion is like the first battle, and then there's a couple other things. So there's only like 6 or 7 things that I have to put together for us to get like a long way into the game. So I was really, really intimidated by all the stuff I was going to have to be putting together. But it looks like if I put 4 or 5 of them together, that'll last us for a few plays through. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Well, I am too. Everybody's, we've been waiting right along with you for the Kickstarter to come through, and now we're, waiting right along with you to get all this fucking painting done so we can play this bullshit.
Yeah, I've got a pad coming to do like one of those craft cut pads that like heals itself if you cut it and all that shit, so that I can start like painting and cutting.
How big of one did you want?
I ordered one off Amazon. It was $10. It was like a foot by a foot and a half, I think. So,
okay.
So I figured, and I think it's something I can like roll up and like store and stuff. So I figure once I get my area for painting and stuff set somewhere else, it's not the dining room table, I can use it there too. So.
Yeah, I had a smaller one if you wanted to use it.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I just saw it on Amazon. It was $10, and I had ordered my clippers, but those got canceled. Apparently, they got lost or something, or I don't know, someone lost them. So they refunded me the money. So I ordered that and some other stuff Allison wanted, and ordered me some other clippers. So those should be in this week. So
Nice.
But that's it for me.
Mike?
What did I do this week? Good question. I finally got around to playing Assassin's Creed Unity. That's about 2 iterations behind, I think, from the current one, Origins, which is out.
Is that the pirate one?
No. It takes place during the French Revolution, so 1790s. Haven't gotten too far into it, but it seems like an Assassin's Creed game. I'm interested to see where they take the story. I'm really interested in the Origins. It takes place in Egypt and birth of the assassins and everything. And I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I'm looking forward to playing that, but right now I'm holding off on, working on Unity.
Do you need to play all the Assassin's Creed games to know the whole story, or can you just go in and out of them? Because I've never played any of them.
So are you asking, could you just jump into the new one that's coming out?
Yeah.
I would say there is an overarching story that's going on during the present day. And I like that portion of the game a lot. It's not really much of something you can play. It's just a storyline because you're a person in modern day who is accessing his, memories of his ancestors through his DNA. So the vast majority of the gameplay is the historic period with which the game takes place. But I enjoy the story, the modern story as well. If that's something you feel you'd be interested in, I would say the first 3. I would say you definitely need to play specifically the first 2. The third one's not that great, but it completes the overall modern day storyline. And then the other ones, it's whatever. You can pick and choose. I'm not probably going to play the Syndicate one, even though I heard it was really good.
Okay.
Just because
time.
I just don't care enough, and the games are so close together that I have other things to spend my time on.
Gotcha.
So I did that. I have Kong Skull Island recorded. I haven't seen it yet, but I did record that today, so I'm looking forward to playing it. I also had bought some night sights for pistol I have, and a sight tool to install them. It's a sight pusher, and the sights are held in by friction, metal on metal. And I just never even messed with it. So I decided to pull it out this weekend and was able to get everything hooked up. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be, you know, and now I can, you know, see my stuff in the dark. So added bonus, don't shoot my own dick off, which may still happen. I'm a good shot. Can't be really accurate for something that small. But I think that's really it. Yeah. How about we go to the news, Ray?
Sounds like a good idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce you to the newsman of the evening, Jimmy Ray Hancock. Come on now. He's with the news. You're gonna read the news now. Jimmy Ray, he's reading the news. Hey Ray, what type of news you got tonight? Well, I hope it's good. This is Ray with the news. Here we go. Ray's with the news channel. Ray's reading the news channel. Ray's reading the news channel. Ray's reading the news channel.
All right, so we don't have a ton of news this news cycle. I think probably because of the holiday and everything.
I think it's just one thing.
Yeah, we only
Just
got one
one.
thing, it looks like, really, that we're going to talk about today. Mar-Vell is in talks with Jude Law to play the part of Mar-Vell, the original Captain Mar-Vell, opposite of Brie Larson in the Captain Mar-Vell movie, which is pretty interesting because Jude Law is,
The young Pope.
well, that is a thing that he is, yes. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's a whole lot that he's ever been in that I haven't liked him in. He's pretty solid usually.
Yeah, we talked about some Jude Law movies beforehand. And yeah, I really can't think of one. I even liked Cold Mountain.
Yeah, Cold Mountain was good. He was I Heart Huckabee was a good, weird existential film.
How Am I Not Myself?
How Am I Not Myself? That was one of my favorite Jude Law things.
Tell me about Shania and the chicken salad sandwich.
Man, have y'all seen
No.
this? Okay,
It's a very funny but an odd movie. Dustin Hoffman's in it.
and he is very odd.
Yeah.
What's the lady that's in it? I love her. McDonald.
There's Naomi Watts, and then you're talking about she was the Magic School Bus lady.
Why can't I remember her name? And then
I always want to call her Rhea Perlman, but she's not Rhea Perlman.
and
Francis
Jason
McDormand.
Schwartzman. Yes. Is
It's
it
not
Francis?
Francis
It's not.
McDormand,
I always
yeah.
think that's who it is. I get her confused with it. And then Jason Schwartzman is in it. So it's an interesting film to pick up. It during the time it was definitely one of my favorites.
I will say what's grand about that movie is the huge fights this lady and the director David O. Russell got into on set. They have them on YouTube.
Really.
Humongous, horrendous, like throwing shit off the set.
Wow.
Fucking what's her? I think her name's Lily or Lillian or
Lily
something.
Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin.
Lily
there you go.
Tomlin.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I remember one scene where they're blue screening with her, Naomi Watts, and Dustin Hoffman in the car, and she gets in a huge fight with O. Russell, the director. And Dustin Hoffman's just dadded up over there, like, let's just move on, come on. And Naomi Watts in the back, like giggling, like nervously. And Lily Tomlin's like, "What the fuck are you giggling about?" And it was the greatest thing ever, man. I recommend looking at it if you like the movies. But Gattaca,
I
AI,
love Gattaca.
Road to Perdition, my favorite movie probably. Jude Law plays a really creepy dude in that movie with fucked up, gross, nasty teeth. Night depression teeth, I call them. It's pre-meth mouth.
Also, Watson in the Richie Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, the Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, excellent movie. Great rendition.
So I really enjoyed Jude Law. I haven't seen The Young Pope. I've wanted to watch that.
Yeah, I've
But,
seen all the regular age popes, not the other pope. Yeah, I'm interested to see what he can do. I mean, I don't think it'll be bad at all.
No, absolutely
No.
not. I don't think he'll have a huge role in the film. I think it'll be more like the Ancient One in,
He had a pretty big role.
screen time. She didn't have a huge amount of time.
Maybe like Hollis.
He had quite a bit of screen time.
in Watchmen, the first Night Owl.
Maybe.
I'm making that reference because I just saw the movie today.
Which is a very timely reference because they just released Doomsday Clock, which is the
DC
the sequel to Watchmen. So
Alan Moore write it?
nope.
Oh,
And how
no.
the fuck is it a sequel?
Well, and how do you think Alan Moore feels about it?
Like he
Pissed
feels
off.
about everything else in the world except magic
We were
and the
just
Necronomicon.
we were just talking about Alan Moore while I was rebooting my computer that I turned off, and I was trying to remember who he was in a feud with, and I Googled it. Who is Alan Moore in a feud with? And Google just
Google
just came up with a picture of the Earth. So
It wasn't even the Earth. They had fucking like flattened it out so you could get all the continents in view. So it was a dissection.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that scene in Winter Soldier
yeah.
where it's like, okay, Hydra's targeting all these people. It was really Alan Moore's computer. They just screenshot it and
Man. But getting back to Jude Law.
Dude, he was in a lot of shit.
man.
Yeah. Captain Mar-Vell. How do you feel about this, TJ? Because that's a huge comic.
Yeah.
Cosmic.
He'll be a great actor to throw in there.
Yeah.
So happy about that. I would. I'm curious if they're going to delve into that history that him and Thanos have.
I am too. That and how are they going to kill him off?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be interesting because the death of Captain Marvel is a pretty big thing.
Yeah, was
in
it the first
Marvel
graphic
Comics.
novel?
It
or-
was.
Yeah.
I believe. I'm going to say it was with complete certainty, but then I'm going to backtrack and say I think it was.
I'm pretty sure it was, and the New Mutants was the second one.
New Mutants was the fourth, I believe.
Fourth one?
Yeah. I think
No,
there
it
was
was
some
in
other
the-
weird, odd stuff in between, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be interesting to see because that comes in between the two Avengers, Infinity War and the
Avengers 4.
untitled, secret titled Avengers 4.
In
So,
the gauntlet.
We'll see.
I feel like she's going to show up and help save the day because I read somewhere, and I don't remember how official this was, but she was supposed to be one of the most powerful beings in the MCU, which
That binary
makes
force.
sense. I know a lot of people are like, what about Thor? What about Hulk? Captain Marvel's pretty fucking badass.
Well,
So
yeah, after Ragnarok, Thor's got to be going back up again.
that's true. That's true.
There's power levels, but we'll see. I mean,
Yeah, because I still don't know if after Ragnarok, I guess he doesn't have the quote unquote Odin force.
yeah.
He just has control of lightning without his hammer. So
What is the Odin Force?
Odin's life force, I guess. It makes him really strong.
He called it the Odin Force, but it's the All Father.
All Father, yeah.
Yeah, it's the All Father power. So basically, he's the head god, so he gets all the goodies from it.
So Thor does now?
In the comics,
In the
he
comics, yeah. So Odin in the comics is the thing that keeps all the bad things away
did.
because he's so powerful. But he's so powerful, he has to take an Odin sleep sometimes, and that's usually when a Ragnarok will happen or try to happen.
Yeah.
Is when he's not there to protect everything and keep everything at bay. But of course, this is MCU, so things are different. And
Yeah.
Odin Force, I don't believe, has even been mentioned in MCU.
No.
But it is shown that, of course, that he can control lightning and thunder and all that.
Yeah, nobody really came out and said it, but I mean, Odin did say, that the I guess the hammer was used to kind of channel and control his powers. So
that he always had those powers.
yeah, so I think there's an opportunity for him to get stronger, but they didn't really say anything about it
Well,
or imply it.
I mean, in that arena fight, he was kicking
Pretty
the
fucking
Hulk's
strong.
ass.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like they equaled them out pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was whooping ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but Captain Marvel is.
I know.
She's
That's
pretty-
a whole new level.
Yeah, that's we've seen Thanos, but we've never seen what he can do.
Yeah.
I feel like Ronan would have been one of the more powerful, but they didn't. I don't think they nerfed him. They just didn't show
didn't
anything.
have him do anything without the Power Stone.
Yeah. Oh well, they did have him beat. I won't even say beat, but
When he crushed that one dude's head.
I mean,
well, no, I was gonna say Drax.
Oh, yeah.
Drax in the comics should at least be Hulk level and beat the shit out of Hulk before. But Ronan just kind of flipped him.
Yeah,
off.
he's kind of been jobbed a lot though.
He really has in the
or should we say
movies.
warped?
Yeah,
He's been warped a lot.
yeah. So yeah, that's all we've got for the news. But when we come back, y'all want to talk a little bit about your nerd Christmas list this year?
Sure.
No.
All right, so that's the end of the episode.
Let's do it.
Nerds who get laid. 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 Nerds who get laid.
Welcome back to Christmas. Oh, just stop that.
Please.
Last year, y'all loved the bells.
All fucking yeah. Well, last year the bells didn't turn off your computer. We
Yeah.
have to re-record the whole damn episode.
We're actually further along now than we were when it cut off.
Yeah, that's true.
Incrementally, yes.
All right, so let's talk a little bit. What are you guys looking for this year? I think did we do that? Was it this year? We did it in June. And it was a horrible idea.
No,
It was
it was last
October.
year.
Was that last
we did
year?
it in October.
October. Okay. Well, it's not October. It's almost December.
Almost.
Almost December. Friday will be December, which we're looking.
First.
That's the first, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
Be
is usually
December
the
the 1st.
first day of December. Is
Yeah.
usually December 1st.
Right on. Which we're pretty
That's
excited
correct.
about because not only will it be December, which is awesome, but a new local brewery in town is
The
opening
first
up.
brewery.
Oh,
Yeah, in Lake
Mhm.
City, Hal Patter Brewery.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty exciting. They've been working on a building downtown, which is literally like 3
Hop
blocks
skipping away from you, man.
yeah, from my house. So I'm real excited about that.
No more
No,
drunk
just-
driving for Ray.
Exactly.
All we need to do is just get this dry Sunday law repealed.
Exactly.
Hey, you can have
Exactly.
beer on Sunday, can't you?
Maybe at restaurants. I don't know.
Roadhouse, like restaurants can serve beer, they can't serve
Alcohol.
liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need
'cause
to get that
I think
repealed.
you can
Or
still
wine.
buy beer, which would be perfect for a brewery.
Yeah, I buy beer coming over here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or do you steal beer coming over here? Do you, is that what
Or
takes you
exchange
so long?
favors
You're
for
you're-
beer?
You're knocking up. You have like a pattern. You have to get further and further out of town for each convenience store you knock up, trying to get
All
like
right,
a damn
On
beer.
Sundays, we need to
Give
lock
me
down
all
this
your
blue
blue moon. The Blue Moon Bandit is back.
Tire.
All right. So, Mike, tell us about your Christmas list this year.
It's actually pretty small. Nothing crazy this
What
year.
she said.
I was waiting for that.
A lot of my nerd stuff have actually kind of purchased on my own. I was going to get the Blitzway Ecto 1, but then I found out it was $1,300.
Oh my god!
Or you could just buy your own car and turn it into.
That's
It
before
would-
shipping,
it would
isn't
be-
it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it can fit all 4 Ghostbusters in it. So
Doesn't it have the cradle gurney to put the proton packs on also?
Yes, it does.
Fuck. And
How
that's,
many ghosts will fit in it?
Infinite Ghost, because the traps are very small and condense the ectoplasmic matter.
That's a couple truck payments, man. Fuck.
No, I'm not getting it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I
I
know.
I can't justify the purchase. I know that sounds dumb considering the amount of money I've spent, but over 1,000, I just kind of have to
Yeah.
draw the line. And I'm getting to the point where I really have to slow down on the hobby and, put my resources elsewhere.
Mhm.
So you just put it on your Christmas list.
No, God.
Other people should spend the money, Mike. Not you.
Exactly. Well, I mean, if you
There
all
you go.
pooled 1,300 together, I could
Oh,
get
that
one.
ain't happening, big boy.
I
That
could,
ain't
I
happening.
could get one and then still have $3,000 left over. So that'd be great. So that would be cool. I've actually got some lights for my truck on my Christmas list. I'd like to get those. I think I might treat myself this year.
Treat yourself.
Treat myself. probably looking to get another knife. Some of the Vigi games, obviously. The Assassin's Creed Origins that I mentioned earlier. I'd like to get that. The new World War II Call of Duty game. I know that it's a World War II first-person shooter. They have made many of them in the past. But it looks good. I haven't played one in a while. And since Call of Duty has gone on this 3-year development cycle, they've added in an extra, because it's Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer, I believe, that are all doing it. The quality on them has gone up, and I really can't play the online, so I prefer the single player campaign. So that's another cool reason, especially World War II, because you can always get pretty interesting. Worst comes to worst, you can shoot Nazis with a Tommy gun, which is pretty fucking cool, and really relevant to today's, what's going on today in our world. And speaking of Nazis, I also want to get Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
And the first game was so much fun.
Yes.
Super bloody, just over the top. Graphics are great. Gunplay is great. Anybody who hasn't played the original, the Wolfenstein 1 for the Xbox One, and I believe it also came out on PS4.
Yeah, I have it.
Excellent game. A lot of fun. Recommend it 100%.
Agreed.
Would I like the Ghostbusters Lego house? Fuck yeah. But I'm not going to get it this year. I'm going to wait for it to come down another $50 maybe, and then I still won't get it. What about you, Chuck? What's on your Nerdmas Christmas list?
Man, I keep asking for it, but it's never going to happen. But just, again, an omnibus of Age of Apocalypse. Stop laughing, man. It's going to happen eventually.
Why is that so funny?
Because it's been there for like 8 years.
Don't you need
It's
the
also
first
hard to
part?
find.
Yeah.
So they exist.
So you need part 1.
So he needs the whole thing.
I said the omnibus.
I thought
I bought part of it for him, but he didn't want it, so I have it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just the omnibus.
So
all
we
of
need
it
to buy
together.
part 1
So you want
so we can put
all
it
or
with your part
nothing?
2.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know, man. It's like Christmas is just a weird thing for me. But I mean that. Fuck.
Imagine you were buying for other people and they happen to want the things you
That
want.
you want.
What would you get them?
You know what I found is a really good value that you could get for yourself? That's Mar-Vell Unlimited.
I don't think my phone can support it anymore.
I know.
Hey, you know what else?
I think.
Audible. It's for those times when you want to read a book, but you don't have time to read.
But you don't want to read.
If it could actually, no, it would never work because where I work, it wouldn't.
It gets
Download
loud.
it to your phone
Does it get loud?
and listen
so I
to it
know
on your
that.
headphones. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have to
You
stream
don't
it
have to
so it
stream
would
it,
work.
no.
Maybe. Yeah, Age of Apocalypse Omnibus and just a shot in the dark if it happened. Anybody wants to drop the money? The Hot Toys Thanos from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be just a shot in the dark, man. I'm like, it'd be nice.
It's a shot in the dark.
Or
And
I'll
you're
even take
to
nosebleed tickets to
blame.
WrestleMania this year.
Give
It's in
me
New Orleans.
Hot
It's close.
Toys.
That would be my nerd
Thanos
thing.
game.
You would love New Orleans.
I know somebody that works that lives there. Used to work with them, so I could stay the night there.
Oh,
But
boy,
that'd
let's
be
see
me.
WrestleMania now.
Yeah, I'd be down for it.
I see homos naked, huh?
Omnibus, Thanos Hot Toy, or WrestleMania tickets. That'd be for me.
That's a perfect Christmas for you.
Yeah.
Throw a blowjob in there somewhere.
Or some pineapple and socks. I'll be happy.
Some pineapple in socks?
Pineapple or socks.
Pineapple inside of socks.
Hey, I always need socks. I love pineapple, man.
Well, I mean, that would be good because then if you wanted the juice but not the actual pulp,
Yeah.
you could just put the sock in your mouth
Just suck
and then just suck the pineapple
Why do
juice.
you want socks? You always wear flip-flops
for work.
for your work flip-flops.
Yeah.
He
And I love pineapple.
specifically
Yeah.
wants the socks that just go through the front, the first two, the big toe and the middle toe, so you can wear your.
I haven't been able to find those, but I know what you're talking about. They look like little
well, you
Tommy
just
socks.
you just force old socks to do it.
He wants those toe socks.
Little
like,
ninja
the,
shoes.
like the ones that are like rainbow colored and all.
My sister had on a pair of those fucking toe socks, but it was a toeless toe sock. So,
not
like
where
all
each-
her toes were still like, what the fuck is even the
So it's like a
point?
fingerless glove for
And
your
for your
foot.
fucking foot.
I'm not going there. But no, just a little split, the big toe and the next toe. That's all. That'd be
I
fine.
want that split there.
Yeah.
Go with
Oh,
your athlete's
goodness.
foot.
TJ.
TJ does have athlete's foot.
The probably the big one I would like is a DSLR camera.
Oh, nice. Yeah, to do
Um,
all of your photos and your
Yeah.
videos.
So that would that'd be a big nerd on present. Let's see. As far as like hot toys,
1-1 scale Vader.
no.
What'd you say?
The 1-1 scale Vader.
Oh.
No. Probably like the episode 4 Chewbacca or
Okay.
DX05
Which one's the 05?
Indy.
Indy.
Oh, okay. For those of us that are Hot Toys illiterate.
Yeah. And then probably some more at least probably some more shelving units or something like that.
Detox.
No, actually I think I'm gonna go with some Bestis
Okay.
the next time I
Yeah.
get something. And because I want to display some of the bigger figures. Like Falcon. I
Yeah.
can't put Falcon out decently.
Oh, gotcha.
And having like numerous members of Avengers, I don't really want to use up a whole shelf for one or two characters.
yeah.
And a DTOF, you can't
Can't
really
that.
do more than 2 without it starting to look crowded.
Gotcha. I saw I think the Detox were on sale with the lighting kits for $59 during Black Friday. So
Wow, pretty good deal.
Information that would have been helpful yesterday.
Yeah. I had family in Jacksonville. And could have said, "Hey, stop by at IKEA."
I don't know why I didn't think about that. I just saw
You're
that.
like,
and
Because
I'm
you're
like,
selfish, that's why.
I mean,
I think it was on one of the
clearly he was there. That's where he got the hoodie from.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
Gosh.
He's like, yeah, sweet deal. Well, later.
See you later.
Bye.
Oh, gosh.
Someone's going to get real lucky on that deal.
I can't think of any video games or anything like that I'm really.
I was kind of wanting Battlefield, but now I'm just like, Battlefront, I'm sorry. But now I'm going to hold off a while. See
the
how they
only
work it out.
person playing it if you get on.
No, I mean I would get it. I'm going to get it eventually, and I'll play it with some
Be
of
a
you
bunch
guys,
of
but-
fucking Han Solos and Darth Vaders running around and shit.
Yeah.
And there's you.
As a
and you're-
stormtrooper.
Yeah, you're storm.
No, you're not even a stormtrooper.
like
You're
a
like
droid.
You're like
a mouse
the
droid.
Death Star
Yeah.
gunner or some shit.
Oh, we know he just bought the game.
Yeah, you're like the little tiny.
Yeah, and I'm not going to microtransact on that thing, so I'll just be that Death Star gunner for like a year,
Yeah.
2 years. And
max stats on that standard blaster.
Yeah. Check us out.
Look at all these camos I got on this entry level blaster here.
Can't even see it. So many
gosh.
camos.
All right. Is that it for you, TJ?
Yeah, that's it.
There was a book that just came out recently called
The
Previously
Bible
on
too.
X-Men. That's,
wow.
Yeah, it's about the X-Men series from the 90s and everything.
What's it called?
It's called Previously on X-Men.
Okay.
And I believe they're only selling it through like the author's website. The author is one of the guys that worked on it. I don't remember, probably the main showrunner or whatnot. But he signs all the copies and sends them out.
I read some like excerpts or something from that. I think somewhere.
And it's getting like great reviews and people are loving it. So I'd kind of like to read that. I don't know, I'd probably get in 4 years and then read it, or get it and then read it in 4 years. But yeah, so that was one of the things I wanted. Some of the Ninja Turtle Ultimate Omnibus editions of the original Mirage comics, because I want to read those, but I'm not going to buy them anytime soon. And if I do buy some of the original, 1, 2, and 3s, I'm not going to read those because they'll probably be slabbed. And then I had a 2017 goals comic book, like 6 comics that I wanted to get this year. And one of my big ones on that list was, of course, the Giant Size X-Men that I was going to get. But a lot of the money I had saved up towards that I was going to purchase that went towards my Stan Lee, and then getting that graded, and then getting like the 5 or 6 or 7 comics signed and graded by Chris Claremont, and then so that kind of whittled that down. And that was going to be my big entry into the 6 comics that I wanted to get this year, and then the rest of them are a little bit lesser. So the other ones were House of Secrets, the first appearance of Swamp Thing. I think it's 92, I believe. I know the cover real well.
Probably.
But that was one that I was wanting to get, which is more in the $300-$400 range. The Mar-Vell Superheroes number 8, which was the first Squirrel Girl, which is a sub $100 comic in a really good condition. Swamp Thing 37, which is the first Constantine. The first appearance of Iron Fist, which was Mar-Vell Premiere number 15. And then the last one was, I think it's Avengers 192. It's the first appearance of Taskmaster. 196, maybe 194. I can't read it right here. I have all notes, but I have the picture of it up. But I didn't hit any of those this year, so my 2017 goals for comic collecting.
Going to 2018.
Yeah, are moving on to 2018, but maybe I'll get one of those for Christmas or something. And I think 16 or 18 issues away from being done with
your New Mutants.
My New Mutants.
Nice.
So I'm wanting to try. I put those. Some people have that on my Christmas list, so I'm trying to finish that up. And if by Christmas I don't have those, I'm gonna hit some comic shops and maybe hit some eBays, because that one will be finished for this year. That was one of my Nerd Year's resolutions, so I want to finish that for sure. I also saw this really cool hoodie that, funny enough, also has a lot of yellow on it. But it is I'm normally not into the kind of, you see the hoodies, they're like a Deadpool suit, and
I know what you're
you
talking
zip it
about.
up, and it's this mask, and or Spider-Man. And I'm like, man, I'm not into that.
It's a costume hoodie.
Yeah. Well, I saw one the other day, and I was like, that's kind of cool. It's the original, not the original, the blue and gold Cable X-Men, and it has the one of the arms is like the
silver
metal arm and everything.
Yeah.
And
I've seen that one.
yeah, I think I posted it before, and it was just one of those things that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then, like, I kept thinking about it, and I'm
I
like,
can't wear this to work.
and I definitely couldn't. But like going, on nerd outings and stuff like that, I could absolutely. I would probably wear that one every day, just out and about. But it just seemed really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's on my list as well. So other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Any other things? Christmas things?
I hope
Peace on
Nathan's
Earth.
Christmas is terrible.
Yeah, Nathan said he didn't want anything for Christmas.
Oh,
He wanted some Geritol and
Yeah,
some
he's getting
Depends.
fucking old, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
God.
We saw his Christmas list. It was sad. It was real sad.
And the sad thing is, his wife told us not to get anything off of it because that's all she has to go on.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, Christy,
Poor
I'm
Christy.
sorry.
We're sorry.
Hey,
I
it's
don't
time
know-
for you to just get rid of that and get a newer model.
does he
Yeah.
really need like 300 Viagra pills?
I guess he does.
Hey, he wants Marshall to have a baby brother, so yeah, I guess so.
He asked for 365 of them, so
Yeah. Okay.
guess he has plans.
Okay.
All right, y'all want to move on to the mailbag real quick?
Yeah. Let's
We got one mailbag,
Okay.
so we'll
Let's
do that
put
real
this thing
quick
out
and
of
put
its
it. Yeah,
misery.
it's time to do it. All right, guys. So this is the segment of our show where we answer your questions, the listeners. This is what
Your question.
your question today. So today, I'm pulling it up
I
here.
thought there were two.
Well, there's
Yeah,
sort
Yeah,
of two. So Brian Marshall, longtime listener, first time question asker.
Yeah.
What are 3 different comic book runs of 2017 that I need to read.
I haven't read it, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it. Is the Metals from DC?
Oh yeah, DC's Metal. People have been loving that. The only thing I've read from that is the Batman Who Laughs, which is I think a one shot. He's in some of the other stuff. So the I believe the Metal thing is all these alternate versions of Batman and like
Batman, Aquaman, Batman, Flash, Joker, Batman, Doomsday's one.
Okay, maybe
Batman
there's a
Ares.
Green Lantern. Maybe there's a Green Lantern one.
Yeah.
And the Batman Who Laughs is the Batman who becomes the Joker. That one was pretty good. I enjoyed it. A lot of people are acting like it's one of the best comics they've read in a long time. I just thought it was okay.
Yep.
It wasn't as creepy as everyone acted like. It was good though, but people are loving that Metal run. There's a bunch of them too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would probably be a really good one, especially for DC this year, because Doomsday Clock is not going to be done. I don't think by the end of
this year.
No, it won't be because it's only one in. And I doubt they'll do. I don't think that'll be weekly. It might be bi-weekly.
What's the Ninja Turtle one you're reading? Also,
yeah, the IDW Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe.
Yeah, the universe.
Those both have been so solid. But I would say pick that up from the beginning and read all the way through. I think they're at 76-ish now. I think was the last one that came out, maybe last week or the week before. That is an incredible run. And it is currently the longest Ninja Turtles run ever. I think at 67 or so, they passed that mark, where it's published more issues than anything else. Saga, if you are not reading that is absolutely incredible. Every time it comes out, I'm a little bit behind on it. So like I said, or I may have said, I don't remember if I said it this go around, I restarted reading Saga so I can catch up on all of it, because I may be a year behind by this point.
That's probably a good thing to be with a comic, just because monthly installments.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do with a lot of stuff. I'll collect them and then read them lump sum all the way through. There's some things that I like to read as they come out, just to kind of keep current. I read a lot of the X-Men stuff, usually 6 months late, because I read it on Mar-Vell Unlimited.
Yeah. So with Mar-Vell, what would you recommend for this year?
So far, I have really enjoyed Astonishing X-Men. Again, it hasn't hit Mar-Vell Unlimited yet, and I've only read the first 3, 4, 5-ish issues of it, and I've heard other people say that they hated it. So I don't know if it dropped off, or I just really like it and other people don't like it. I'm not sure. So I can't solidly say that. But I have enjoyed all the other X-Men stuff that I've been reading, X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold, and they've not rebooted, but like reorganized the team. It's different teams now and everything. Kitty Pryde's in charge of one of the teams. The other team is the time-displaced X-Men. Some people love, some people hate. I find them fun.
And Jean Grey back again. Or is that coming up
soon?
soon?
That hasn't happened
That's
yet.
coming soon. Okay.
That's coming soon. It's Phoenix Resurrection.
That's right.
And then after that, there's going to be X-Men Red.
8 covers for that.
Who is?
J. Scott Campbell's doing 8 different covers for that.
People love his Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's J. Scott Campbell. I mean,
most
you're either into his stuff or not.
Yeah, I think it's most of her major outfits through the years.
Oh, that'll be fun. Oh,
Yeah.
I did see those. Because there's a set that you can get this 8 covers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Star Wars stuff. Any of the Star Wars stuff.
I really need to get into that.
The Darth Vader, the new Darth Vader. I read the first few issues of that, and I read the first few issues of Darth Maul. Almost any of the Marvel Star Wars stuff is really solid.
Yeah.
I started reading The Demon, which is only 1 issue in, but I really enjoy that because I like I like Constantine and that side of DC. And The Demon Etrigan is definitely more in that vein than the Batman and the Superman. A lot of the Rebirth stuff people have been loving. Superman in Action Comics has been getting a lot of love, and it's very, 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 very close to 1,000 issues now. I think it's in 990 something.
Yeah, because they went to their original,
Yeah.
back to the original numbering.
Yeah. So that's been the stuff I read was really good. Again, I jumped back on trying to get finished with my X-Men stuff, so I wasn't keeping up with it as much. But when I was reading it, it was good. Batman was good. All-Star Batman was good. So there's a lot of stuff out there this year that you can pick up. But I would definitely recommend Saga and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Metal would be great, like you said, Chuck. And what was the other thing?
The X-Men.
The X-Men's I enjoy. I don't know if everyone's into that.
You love the X-Men.
And then Brian asked, if you haven't already talked about Black Friday shopping, then what are some things you guys bought? Did anyone? You bought some DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah, I finally found them this morning at Walmart. But $5 got Kong Skull Island, and for $4 I got on DVD Batman Lego Movie and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh, that's nice. That's pretty good. I picked up some shoes. Not real exciting. I'm excited about them.
Did you wear them or just pick them up?
I bought them and they are being shipped to me. They're Johnston and Murphy, so they're pretty fancy. But I've had a pair of them for 4 or 5 years, maybe, that I love.
Yeah. What kind of shoes are there?
One of them's an ankle boot, and the other one's just like a work dress shoe.
I got the X-Men or XCOM board game that I've been wanting to get for the price I wanted to get it for on Black Friday. Not really anything else.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what Cyber Monday brings, because I know Amazon's supposed to be doing pretty big on that.
Better than that fucking Campbell's soup.
Yeah, man. I found some Campbell's soup on sale on Black Friday on Amazon, so if you're into Campbell's soup, pick that up. I know everyone's excited for that for their Christmas stocking.
I don't Black Friday shop for anybody. I'll just go like, I'll grab that DVD. The
Black
only thing
Friday,
I was pissed about was I remember seeing Game of Thrones season 6 was advertised $9, like $9.99 at Walmart.
Damn,
they didn't have it.
I
was pissed.
I only on Black Friday look for things like crock pots and vacuum cleaners or DVDs or Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Look, things that we might need that I don't want to pay full price on.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're not buying it for somebody else.
No, I don't look for presents on Black Friday. And I know a lot of the stuff like that. You may or may not know this, but a lot of the electronics that you buy at Walmart, if you're looking at a TV
don't do it.
Well, if a normal TV at Walmart, they may have a Sony VT450 that you're looking at. If you go to Walmart, you'll notice it's a VT450S or something like that. A lot of manufacturers make specific models for Walmart because they order so many, and that's how they make them cheaper and everything. And there are specific models that are also made for Black Friday.
Yes.
May or may not, you maybe pick up that TV for nothing and it lasts you for 10 years. Who knows? But, I mean, it's always a gamble, with that kind of stuff. So
get what you pay for.
Yeah, that kind of stuff I'm never really looking for. Sometimes there's a few electronics. Usually the stuff that I'm looking for is not going to be on sale for Black Friday. So.
And normally, if it's something like that, I'll order it online anyway still.
Yeah,
I'm not going out in this mess. However, I kind of like some anecdotal research. I think the best time to go Black Friday shopping now is actually Friday morning.
Really?
Yeah, just from what I've seen on like from my family's experience, like my in-laws and Katie, they do a Black Friday shopping every morning or every Black Friday, and just kind of watching traffic trends and stuff like that. Yeah. I guess everybody shops Thursday night.
Yeah.
And goes to those crazy late night things. And then Friday morning
it dies
around
down
7 to lunchtime, kind of not really in lines and stuff like that. There's still people out. There's still
but it's
more than
not
normal,
as bad.
but not near as bad as after lunch.
Yeah.
From everything I heard after lunch, it just turned into a fucking madhouse out there.
You're gonna miss all the doorbusters, but I mean, like I just said, a lot of that stuff you might not be interested in as you think you are. And a lot of the stuff like the DVDs and the Blu-rays, there'll be 2 or 3 of them that sell out, but
Yeah.
a lot of the other ones, they'll have. You bought some today.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's Sunday, so I'm looking to see what happens tomorrow for Cyber Monday. I'm hoping some of my places I normally shop at will have some stuff I'm looking for, but whatever.
I'm hoping, but not expecting.
Yeah, because normally Black Friday I'll see a few things. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll pick up that game, that movie, but nothing this year. That I was like, I gotta have that. All right, guys. How y'all feeling?
Want to call it?
Want to call this one?
Fucking done with this shit.
Done with it.
Done.
We'll
All
call
right.
it at 11:43.
All right.
Done.
This is normally when
Time of
I'm
death.
editing.
Brian's questions.
All right, guys. We appreciate you listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Have a great night, boners. Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes is recorded at the illustrious Big Brown Record Town Studios in beautiful downtown Lake City. Episodes are published each Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Google Play. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Nerds Who Get Laid. We're at Nerds Who Get Laid on Twitter and Instagram. We're part of the Geeks World Wide podcast network. You can find reviews and articles we write at thegww.com. We're also part of the Modest Pod podcast network. We're on FloridaGeekscene.com and also WeBeGeeksPC.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. You can also check out the show notes for links about things we talked about in this episode. Thanks so much.
This has been a production of the GWW Radio Network. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Also, check out Geeks Worldwide at thegww.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions on video games, comics, movies, TV, cosplay, and more. Geeks, assemble!